It's your boy Warlow back with another My Team video. And we're gonna go review the best power forwards and center because, you know, the Xbox server's down, so that changed plans of my video I was gonna do today. And 2K is just firing everybody there at Take. With the 2K League, that's an absolute mess. So we're gonna rank the best power forward and centers in the game that are reinforcements. I mean, I don't know what I was trying to go with that. No, but that really does suck for those people. But we're gonna rank it. I have mainly all Dart matters, but I did include some Galaxy Opals because some Opals are good still that I want to rank just in case for y'all. And we'll be ranking the new cards that come out today, tomorrow. So first up is Sean Bradley on the stand. You're asking like how I'm ranking cards before they release. Well, they didn't change much before then. They ain't changing it now. So I'm sorry, but Sean Bradley's gonna be F tier. Like, y'all are literally tomorrow, when I review his card, I guarantee you they're not gonna change that Brook Lopez base. They haven't been updating base even on the top end cards. So if they don't, okay, let me just take that off. Maybe, you know, maybe this review could literally make Sean Bradley good if 2K's watching. Sean Bradley's really unusable. Please, 2K, update him. I doubt it. I'm being real, if y'all he's viable in the player market, I doubt it'll be any good tomorrow, but probably not going to be that good. But next up, we got is Sabonis. What ranks Sabonis? I'm going to guess he's C tier. We got to see his SIGs on Sabonis. He'll have probably anchor and stuff of that nature, but he's still only like 6'11", 7'1". He might be really good tomorrow at the power forward, but I'm in B tier. Or just on early do it, you know, early. Can't really go in much detail till we see more, but we'll rank him in at B tier. Next up, we got Alex Scar. This card's really good. I'm putting him at A tier for now. I might move him to S tier. We gotta wait and see, but that Scar card is so good. Curry slide has a great release. He's amazing. He's could be borderline S tier. I might move him up later in the tier list. Next up, we got AD. I'm sorry, people before were mad at me for my AD, but I'm sorry, he's D tier. It may be borderline, like, what does AD do good for you? Like, he's undersized, he doesn't play the position well, doesn't have, like, the best leaner, doesn't have the greatest shot either. He doesn't really move good. I mean, there's so many better options than Anthony Davis at this stage in the game, and I'm gonna have to keep this same tier from before. He's C tier. I think so. There's a good chance that Sabonis is gonna be better than Anthony Davis tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow. But I think there's a really good chance of it. Personally, I think it's a really good chance. But next up, we got Artis Gilmore. At this stage in the game, D tier. He's an alright center. Could play his defense good, but in terms of these top centers on the tier list, he will be good if you're a budget player. But his jump shot, I feel like, is too, not slow, just not high enough three-pointer. Maybe if you get like a Sabrina coach or a Phil Jackson to help him out and 10+ three-pointer, maybe then I feel like he'll be decent for you, but you gotta have that as your coach. If you don't, he's gonna be lacking. Next up, Sabonis. Put him in D. D for y'all. Like, Sabonis is like good. It's just he's on the slower end. I don't even think Sabonis plays anymore. Personally, it's like he's not really F tier in terms of like F. He's more like D-, but I think Artis Gilmore is better than Sabonis at this stage in the game, so we gotta rank it off of that. So I think Sabonis is D-, but we'll go with F tier for now. Artis Horford, Al Horford. Current gen, he's like a C tier, probably a C tier, because current gen he has a good release, but on next gen he's just unusable. Bill Walton is 6'11", still got a solid wingspan. Would I take Bill Walton over Anthony Davis? I think I would. I put him in C tier. Like, I would take him over the other Anthony Davis. Maybe on the same level as the other one, but I don't think AD is all that crazy, though. So, next up, we got Bam Adebayo. This card's actually really good. Even at 6'9". If Bam could just play small forward, he'd be higher. His release is so good, or if he was just taller. Like, Bam is actually so good in this game, and I think for a B tier, it is good. And Boban, I rank him D tier. Okay, like D tier for Boban. Boban provides for you just a tall, big body. But like, same like Artist Gilmore. Artist Gilmore could probably do better all around. But Boban could still run a little bit if you need him to be your center, your reinforcer. But, you know, that shot is crooked. Like, if you're going to use his shot or Sean Bradley's, they're both really cooked. Both jumpers are cooked, but, like, they both are cooked, but, you know, I believe both. We gotta see Bradley's stats first, but I'm not really expecting much out of Sean Bradley tomorrow. I'm just being honest. Next up, we got Bol A tier. Bol's still amazing at power forward center. It's just I have so many good small power forwards and centers now, but Bol's still a man though. If you get Bol, you're still getting one of the best power forward centers, especially with that Kobe dribble style. He sometimes get a burst. Watch out, like that card still can hoop for you really. But next up, we got David Robinson. I still would rank him. I'll put him in A tier. I don't think he's better than Scar. Like, I feel like they're on the same level, so I'm gonna put him in A tier. D-Rob, I haven't used him in a minute, but actually I did get to use him a little bit more when I was on someone else's account, but he is still A tier. His release is still great. He still plays tremendous. Really good card. Defensive, like he does everything you need to be. Next up, we got Dark Matter Chet. I'm still ranking Chet in the A tier department because I would take Chet over Bam or just the way because he's skinny. He's skinny. He can move good. I feel like you have to add that into the equation that he can move really good. And yeah, I feel like the way he just moves is just gonna be great. So I might just move. I think I'm gonna move Scar up to S tier personally. So yeah, I'm gonna move Scar up to S tier to make the list better because I don't want to put Scar in the same tier list because I think Scar's better than him. So next up we got Mutombo. Mutombo's like it's like I actually making a little change. He's not better than D-Rob though. This is where it gets complicated with Mutombo. I'm still going with A tier for Mutombo. I don't think he's on a level of Scar. I don't think he's that much better than Bol still. Like, me and Bol and Mutombo, y'all know, I have close peak rankings. People had issue with it. But it's like, when I reflected, do I change it? Like, I've been using Mutombo a little bit more than Bol recently. But it's like, it's not like there are a big gap between them. I don't think there's a big gap between Bol and Mutombo. Bol has a great jump shot, speed burst. Mutombo has a good enough release, sometimes inconsistent. But he's really good, so I would rank him in at A tier personally. Next up, we got Bill Russell. I feel like it's unusable at this stage in the game, probably F tier. Current gen, probably D, but yeah, he doesn't play. Next up, we got Chris Bosh at power forward center, C tier. Like, he's on the level of Anthony Davis. I mean, he's not nothing good. His leaner, you wish it was faster. That's like one thing that Kevin Garnett really cooks him at, but I would rank him in at C tier. Next up is Boogie. Y'all already know how you've been on this channel. If you brand new, hit that subscribe button, but Boogie Cousins stinks. I'm sorry if you're a Boogie fan, unsubscribe. I mean, I'm sorry. The guard is dog. We're not even going to say the word. Okay, but next up, we got Goat Dirt Nowitzki, S tier. Immaculate, just exceptional power forward. Just I seen JC's gameplay. He's really good. We're going to rank 3 Dirt Nowitzkis. Next up, we got 100 overall Dirk. I still rank 100 overall. Like, I rank him B tier. I still think 100 overall Dirk's still good because he got Steve Francis base. I know some people don't like him. I feel like they were using faster jump shots. But Dirk Nowitzki, 100 overall, still can move really good at the rim. Still got a nice player model, so I would still rank him in at B tier. And this Dirk, I would rank at D tier. They take his Stevie Francis away, and he just becomes, you know, not that good of a power forward center anymore because he doesn't really move the greatest. D-Rose size up isn't as great as Steve Francis, so I feel like there's no point in using Dirk there's no point. D tier. Next, we got this card. This card's amazing right here. This card's really good. Like, is it Donovan Clegan or the other guy? Actually, I might get them mixed up. I'll rank him at A tier. I think I'm getting mixed up because the other guy's really good, but Donovan Clegan's also really good. They made him. I forgot what release they gave him, but he does have a money shot. I remember playing him as a good player model. He's a solid card. Next up, we got a Mega Okafor. Probably rank him in at C tier. At good enough release, good release, but that's about it for like a Mega Okafor. Like, if you want him, you got him, But yeah, Mega Okafor will hit his open shots, be decent for you if you have him. He's not gonna be a bad. Run him at the 4, still gonna play as good. You know, yeah, that's the best I can say for him. Akeem Olajuwon, B tier. I'll rank Hakeem in B tier. He's very similar to his Opal card. They did give him MJ fadeaway and change Hakeem's layup package, which I don't know why. That's a downgrade. But I think for B tier for Hakeem, I think that's a fair ranking for Hakeem Olajuwon. Next up, we got George Mikan. I would rank him B tier for George Mikan. I think Mikan has a solid release. I don't think he's on the level of Chet Bobo, a Donovan Cleveland, a David Robinson, but George Mikan has a great jumper with that Devin Booker base. He's going to be really good for you, and his leaner could be a little faster, but for what he can do, I think he'll be good. Jared Jackson, I rank as C tier. His release could be better. I wish it was a little faster. He does have Kyrie dribble style, so he's gonna move. He's gonna move and cook a little bit, but I think he has Pro 2 as well. But that's the highest I can go with Jared Jackson. I can't put him on the level of Dirk. I can't put him on the level of Mike and Hakeem. I just can't do it. So I'm ranking him there. But next we got Josh Smith. He's in the power forward / small forward, but you can use him at power forward. I rank him A tier in terms of power forwards, because I use him at power forward as well. And for him, like, he's still solid at power forward. Like, I use him, and he can actually be a great power forward for you at that position. So I would rank him in at A tier. Blake Griffin at power forward, if you're gonna use him, D tier. Just mediocre release, not that good. Slow jump shot. I mean, just the best I can really state for him. Just not that good. Next, we got Joel Embiid. At this stage, does Embiid even play on the team? I mean, D tier. I know some people did not like him before my tier list, but I feel like he's D tier at this stage. It still is. Like, maybe borderline F tier. Because Embiid releases bait at this point in the game. He's good enough, but I don't think he serves you enough like Jaren Jackson, Omega Okafor. I think they're all personally better than him at this stage in the game, but I don't think he's on a level with Bill Russell. I think he's better than Boogie. Boogie's just atrocious, but Boogie runs like if Zion really was like 400 pounds. That's the best way to describe Boogie Cousins. Disrespectful of a card. Next up, we got center, point guard. Kareem is S tier. Like with Jonathan Isaac base, if you use that Kareem at center, he's going to be so good. With that jumper, catch, shoot wise, the movement, he's going to cook any center, even at center. He's better at point guard, but probably better at center position, personally speaking. Next up, we got Karl Anthony Towns. I would rank Karl Anthony Towns, playing with him more. At this point, I'm going to have to go C tier with him. Like, I like Karl Anthony Towns, though. Like, I really do like Karl Anthony Towns, but his release is just a little baited. He doesn't like Bam release is better than Karl Anthony Towns at this stage. That's a thing for my tier list that changed last time, because he was in B tier, but I don't think he'll be better than Sabonis. I don't think he'll be better than him. So I'm ranking Cat in at C tier. Next up, we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm ranking him in at B tier. Like, this Kareem Abdul, 100 overall Kareem is still like, I'm still putting him in at A tier, because I still think that normal Kareem is better than Hakeem Olajuwon Bam. He's still gonna cook the old 100 overall. He's not gonna be as good. If you use the point guard one, you're just not gonna want to go back to it. It's just, that's that feeling. He's still a great card. It's just the other version's just way better. Kevin Garnett, I had him at C tier. More and more I use this card, I just really like him. I would suggest, like, if you have a taller small forward out of position, but I'm gonna have to go A tier for Kevin Garnett. I think this card is still really good. Like, I had him only lower for opposition, but using him more and more and more. Like, KG is just on that level of amazing. He's so good. Leaner's fast. His shots a little on the slower end, but he moves really good. Has a good behind the back, which a lot of times they've been trolling lately with Curry behind the back. If his jump shot was actually as good as Alex Scar, he's S tier. Like, if his jump shot was as good as Alex Scar. But next up, we got Kevin Love. Kevin Love is probably on the D tier. At this point, 6'8", power forward center, just not playing at this point in the mode, just not playing. Next up, we got Kristaps Porzingis. I think Kristaps has to drop the B tier. I don't think Kristaps is on a higher level than D-Rob. I don't think he's better than Mutombo at this stage. I feel like Josh Smith, Bobo, I feel like as time has gone on, I think Kristaps is headed to that B tier list, which is crazy to say because he's really good. Next, we got this Philippe guy. I'm ranking him at S tier probably. That Philippe guy is actually really good. You're going to like him if you got lucky enough to get him at my casino. That rookie's really good, and he has a really fire jump shot. I played against him. He's nice. Porzingis, S tier. Porzingis is amazing, way better dribbler, can handle the ball better, has a great jump shot. Amazing card, 99 everything, just what more can I say? Kwame Brown, I rank him at B tier because Kwame Brown still provides. I don't think he's not on the level for Porzingis though. I'm moving him down to C tier because like he's not on that level for Porzingis. If I put Kwame Brown at B, I have to move Porzingis up to A tier because Porzingis is better than Kwame Brown. But he has a great release, 6'10", a little undersized, so I'm gonna put him at the power forward position. But solid card. Moses Malone B tier. Moses Malone for doing all those weeks for Unlimited was not worth it. Good card, but like he's nothing amazing. Nothing where you feel like it was worth it. I'm sorry, that Moses Malone just was not worth our time. Let me know in the comment section you felt it was worth your time for Unlimited. Personally, me, I don't think it was. We didn't get rewarded the most that we should have. Next, we got Mark Eden. At this stage, C tier. Like, I like Mark Eden. I do. Don't get it wrong. I like this card. Even though he's not a power forward / center, so technically speaking, he probably shouldn't be on this tier list. But still, I would rank him C. I would rank him C tier in terms of this tier list. I would rank him at C tier because I think Porzingis is better, Moses Malone is better, Hakeem is better, Bam's better. But Mark Eden at center. If he needs my center, probably B. But for this tier list, he'll be in C tier. LeBron James at center. I mean, F like. I'm sorry, if you're using LeBron at center, you just want to get cooked. Nikola Jokic at center, I'm sorry, D tier. Just Nikola Jokic doesn't play. It's just simple as that. He just does not play. Doesn't play. So next up on the list, we got Wilt Chamberlain that's coming out tomorrow. I'm sorry, Wilt's gonna be mood. He's gonna move really good tomorrow. It's an early prediction. I think Wilt's gonna fall into that C tier category. Wilt's going to move really good, but he's not having the Laker build, so that's a big downgrade. It's not like he's out of position, which is a big downgrade. His release is unusable at this point. I feel like tomorrow, if he has that jumper and it's almost worse, there's a chance he can be in D tier. Crazy to say with Wilt Chamberlain, but there's a chance he could be very disappointing, which would suck. Gobert is actually a very underrated card. I think he's A tier. Like, hear me out on this. I played that Gobert. That Gobert is actually really good. The way he can slash at the rim really good. Like, maybe I'm gassing it. But that Gobert is surprisingly a good power forward at center. Because I was playing, like, Wizard Machete. He has Goat Yao Ming. And he was using Gobert. I was like, why are you using Gobert? His release was, like, not as crazy. But that Gobert was swishing. He was dunking. Like, he was nice. So, I mean, that's the best way I can say it. Gobert, nice. Serge Ibaka. Wish he was a budget card like 5, 10K, but, you know, to my casino. But Taco Falls S tier. Do we have to state it? Fat player model. Big, wide, giant. That's all you got to really say about Taco Fall. That's all you have to say about him. Serge Ibaka, D tier. Like, I'm just being real. I don't know why we gassed up Serge Ibaka so much. The card, they can't even play small forward. He's undersized. Come on, JC. You don't really think he was S tier. At one point, there was never a point he was S tier, but like, let's be real. Are you running him over Will? Are you running him over Kwame Brown? Are you running over Chris Bosh? Or Aaron Jackson? Emeka Okafor? Wilt Chamberlain? Mark Eden? Like, no, at center. You're just not going to. Shaquille O'Neal, F tier. I'm sorry. Shaquille O'Neal, I like Shaq cards. I do. It's just Shaq's better than Artis Gilmore. Shaq's better than, I put him in D tier. Because the only reason is Shaq's better than Artis Gilmore, and I got him on this list. I don't think he's better than, like, the Dirks and but Shaq still got the player mills. He still can get the dunks, so I'm moving Shaq up to D tier. Because I feel like Shaq is he's better than those opals. Like, I probably should move Artis Gilmore. I almost want to move Shaq to C tier. Like, if we're like, respecting this, like, if we're putting Mark Eden at C, then I probably should move Shaq to C tier. So I'm putting Shaq at C. Just off of that. Ralph Sampson, I'm sorry, D tier. His release just way too unusable at this point. I think he's borderline unusable at this stage. Actually, I'm going with F. I'm sorry. I feel like that jump shot default at this stage in my team is very unusable. And maybe it's at D, but I feel like at this point in the game, you might as well just use Boban if you're going to be using Ralph Sampson. He's not usable. Next up, we got Shaquille O'Neal. A tier. Like, Ben Shepherd release, could it be better? It could be better, but Shaquille O'Neal still got the fire player mount as a usable jump shot. He's still gonna cook at the paint, so honestly, I'm ranking him at S tier. This Shaquille O'Neal, I don't know if they have different SIGs. If they got the same SIGs, then I guess they both could be C tier. I guess, which that might be a little too high for, like, Shaq cards in general. I want to move them down to D tier, because Shaq's release is slow. I think that I'm going with D tier for both of them. I'm sorry. I'm having confliction with it, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm like conflicting it a little bit, but it's alright. Next up, we got Patrick Ewing at this stage in the game. I don't even think Ewing's bad. It's a B tier. I still think he's alright. Alright, it's Roy Hibbert. Garbage. I don't know why I included him on this list. He's just not going to play. Useless card. Just not going to see the court. Wilt Chamberlain, we already ranked him. So we got Wes Unseld at center. If you're going to use Wes Unseld at center, I mean, this C tier. Like, I don't know why you would use him at center. I mean, you just on crack, drug test you. Probably smoke something. I don't know. Weed. I don't know, but yeah, you be you. Tim Duncan, S tier. Like, Tim Duncan still is, if you have the other Tim Duncan, that Tim Duncan, I rate both. They're both S tier. They're literally the same exact card. Both have Patty Bill Mace. That's all you got to say about them. Both are going to be amazing for you if you have either or. Next up, we got Wembanyama. E tier. Like, that Wemby 70 shrimp still can be used, but he's going to get bodied by Shaquille O'Neal. That's what I mean, though. It's like, Shaq, if I ranked Wemby at D, then I got to move Shaq up to C, and I'm just going to move him back up to C tier. Because if I put Wemby at D, Shaquille O'Neal could just eat on Wemby, so he's better than Wemby. So I have to move him to C tier. I got to move Shaquille O'Neal up to freaking C tier. Again, I moved him twice. S tier for Big Wemby. Big Wemby's just amazing. I just know that he had John Morant layup pack. Not John Morant. He had LeBron's layup package, and he also has Josh size up, and he also has, like, he has Kemba Walker escape. So he has better dribble SIGs on his 100 overall from the other ones. So I'm just going to have to rank him S tier and just going to. Next up, we got this Wemby. I would still rank this Wemby S tier. Like, L at center. We're basing this on center and no longer at, like, you're not running him as a point guard. Like, you're not, I still put him in S tier. I think he's better than all at power 4. I still think he'll still play better than everyone else. I mean, he's 7'4". What better can you get from that? Next up, we're ranking Yao Ming S tier. It's crazy that Yao Ming is crazily the 4th best center in the game, yet he's still so intimidating. Like, he's the one of the third best center, and he's probably still overpowered. Zach Edey, I think, probably better than Yao Ming, but I mean, they're both just OP. S tier, amazing card still. Tyson Chandler, I would rank him in at, I rank Big Tyson at B tier, actually. I think Big Tyson's underrated. He's still going to play. Like, I think he plays over everybody else. Like, Tyson Chandler can still hoop for you and be really, really, really good for you. So, I'm ranking him in at B tier for Tyson Chandler. Next up, we got Nebula Wemby at this point in the game. I mean, I don't know why. Probably A. I mean, I don't know. Well, Nebula Wemby can still hoop for you. The other ones are better, but go Wemby. Well, S tier. We all know why he's S tier. We don't need to say it. Yao Ming, the more and more I use it, I have to get him more Hall of Fame badges, but the more and more I use this card, I'm impressed by this card. This card is so good. I'm ranking him at A tier. I think I didn't even go that high last time. He's borderline S tier. Like, this Yao Ming, I mean, at first when I made the video back then, I said, like, how he wasn't as good as the 100, and he isn't as good as the 100, but man, over time, that card has grew on me. He has been so good, especially to Phil Jackson and the coach boosters. He is so good, so good. Or you could run the Greg Popovich with the shrimp shoe, and it can help him out, but I would run the Phil Jackson, but really good card, like the card. Big Z, S tier for Big Z. Is Big Z on the level of Yao Ming? I don't know if he's better than Yao Ming. I don't know if Big Z. I'm breaking him in at A tier. Like, for Big Z. He got it behind the back move, so I'm going S tier Big Z. He got that Jamal Murray explosive. I used him. So I'm going with S tier for Jamal Murray. And T-Mac, is that center? I don't know why he's on this list. But, yeah, it is a power forward center tier list. Some players that play power forward center, or maybe they can play it. Let me know in the comment section you agree, disagree with the tier list. and stuff of that nature. If I was ranking a top 5, maybe Dirk, Wemby, Kareem, Yao, Taco would be already in it. Scar, Edie probably be in the top 10, but yeah, this is the tier list. Let me know if you agree, disagree in the comment section, and I think this tier list should help y'all a lot. So yeah, see y'all on the next My Team video.